That was awesome. So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is the sequel to the very successful Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse that came out in 2018. In that movie, we're introduced to Miles Morales, who becomes our very first hybrid of Spider-Man. Reason being is because up until now, we've only known and seen on screen that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, but this movie introduces that, hey, there's other Spider people out there. In that movie, Into the Spider-Verse, Miles actually befriends a Spider-Woman named Gwen Stacy. She's Spider-Woman in her universe, and Miles and her actually have a lot in common. So now we fast forward a year and a half later, where both Miles and Gwen realize that, hey, there are other Spider people out there, and I wish things would go back to the way they was, and then we could spend more time together. However, since they're from different universes, it's a lot difficult. Until now. Although they thought they saved the multiverse, they actually created one of its biggest villains yet, the Spot. The Spot has the ability to create and open portals from different time zones and different dimensions, and here it becomes a multiple threat across the multiverse, where Miles, Gwen, and the rest of the Spider people have to stop him. So yes, we are in the stages where Marvel and Sony are tapping into the multiverse, and this movie does a great job of doing that as well. So we actually spend a lot of time in Gwen's universe, where if you notice, Gwen's universe is slightly different than Miles's. Being that this is an animated multiverse film, you do see the difference in different universes. Big shout out to the animation team. Every time you went to a different universe, you definitely saw the differences. Everybody's universe is different and is very appreciated across screens that has many Spider people. Another thing I thought was great in this movie are the cameos. Granted, this movie is great on its own and it doesn't necessarily need a lot of these cameos, but having them in there makes us really appreciate that Spider-Man is our probably greatest Marvel superhero of all time. This movie highlights and lets us know that, hey, whatever your favorite Spider-Man is, we'll put them in this movie. Granted, like I said, there's plenty of Easter eggs to go around. However, the movie doesn't need them, but it gives us the icing on the cake feeling. Speaking of, Hobie as Spider-Punk, aka Daniel Tallulah, he is great. He has those chill vibes that everyone knows that one friend that's pretty chill and pretty down to earth, but also can get the job done when necessary, and that's Hobie. I also appreciated the storytelling. Granted, this movie is a Miles Morales film. However, like I said, we spent a lot of time with the different Spider people and getting to know their story and unraveling what the bigger problem is. Yes, we do know that Spot is the main villain in this film, but we tap into more of Miles Morales' story and how he actually became Spider-Man and why that's such a big deal. The total runtime for this movie is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Now, it doesn't actually feel like a 2 hour and 20 minute movie until the back half of the movie. I feel like they could have sped it up a little bit, but you're engaged, you want to see more. I thought they did a great job of that. As great as this movie is, it doesn't actually have an end credit scene. Even though this movie took 5 years between the first movie and the second movie, we don't have to wait that long for the third. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out March 2024, and I, for one, am looking forward to that. So yes, there is a big, huge cliffhanger in this film, and it definitely leaves fans asking for more, and why do they do that? That's how you know you have a great film. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse introduced us to Miles and his world. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse shows us that, hey, his world is just one of many that has many Spider people, many stories, and many problems. For me, personally, I give Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse about a 9 out of 10. Originally, I gave this movie a 10 out of 10, but going back, there are a few changes I would have necessarily made, but nothing crazy. I'm just being picky. So, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Have you seen it? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And what's your favorite Spider-Man movie of all time? I mean, of like all time. I'd love to hear about it. And as always, have a great day.